log out, and now I'm going to log back in as my student. And I'm going to show you what the student now sees. So again, I fudged my grades a little bit so that my student had 2 learning objectives successful. So you'll see again the due soon is empty, but now I have my announcement reminder. You know, it's in the last week, Regents prep. I click on my reminder and it says take 2 tests this weekend. So if I click back on home, I can come here. If I click on the hat, I can go right to my course. You can get to the same place 3 different ways, but if I click on view, it's taking me back to my course. You'll see here numbers, operations, and properties. Now that the teacher has graded this, the student gets this great details button down here. And if they click on details, they get the same view that you had before, where they get a breakdown of how well they did on each question. Shows them how their score, what the correct answer was. Any feedback, I should have added some feedback from the teacher's side so you could see that, but any feedback that the teacher added would show up here for the kid as well. And then you would see your learning objective mastery here in the lower right hand corner. So this is great. So it's the same view as you had as the teacher, and now you'll see that there were 5 assignments in this unit. Now there's only 3. So I need to focus on finding the complement of sets, intersection and union of sets, and elements in a set. So if I click on my lesson, it's going to open up a lesson page. And I can click on this little arrow here. So this is the lesson page. We've got 3 pieces here. Review, which defines finding the complement of a set. A little reteach area for kids. A video tutorial here where a teacher is actually going through a Regents exam question on this type of problem. Okay. This question may have shown up on the test, or it may be a question very similar to one on the test. I think the question on our test was with numbers in the set. This one has using letters in the set and finding the complement. And then here we have additional practice questions. We use 3 sites, and this is actually the only one that goes to this site. But we did use 3 sites. This one you would click start, and it's just a way for students to get additional practice now that they've kind of watched the video of the teacher going through a problem, relearned, saw kind of definition of the concept, read through the definition of the concept, how to solve a problem like that. It's an opportunity for these students to get additional practice and get immediate feedback without you having to go back in and grade again for them to see how they're doing. Okay, and that opens up in a new window, so if I just click here, it's going to take me back to my lesson page. And once I've relearned all of these things, I can move on to my next lesson. And each lesson looks the same way. We've got a review, what's going on, what is the intersection and union of sets, a Regents question, okay, and additional practice problems. And this one takes us to regentsprep.org, which has a bank of some questions. They can do their answers and submit and get immediate feedback. Okay? And I can come back to my Regents Prep course here. So all of the topics here do the same thing. At the end there's a wrap-up assessment that has a it's just a small bank of questions, 6 to 8 of the same type of questions, same standards, just additional practice. I didn't do well the first time. I just went through these concepts again. I'd like to practice again. Here's an additional wrap-up assessment. Both of these assessments pull from a bank of questions. That means that a student can come back here and take this again, and they shouldn't get the exact same test. They may get the same questions, a few of the same questions, but they shouldn't get the exact same test. And this one as well. They can come in here and practice this more than once, and they should be able to get a new mix of questions and additional practice on those topics. Okay? So again, all of these topics have all of those pieces. You want to take the pre-assessment. You'll get your customized learning path based on your results. And then you have additional practice questions for each unit to try out. Okay? And again, at the end of the course, the 20-day Regents review. So I think those are all the pieces that you need to be able to get your kids in, go through navigating the course with your students, and to get yourself in and grading the responses. So I hope that this is beneficial, and good luck to you and your students on the Integrated Algebra Regents exam. Thanks very much.